Well, hello, family. It's so good to see you today. I know you're probably like so busy because we're so close to the holiday. I mean, it's just, a short period of time, and you're probably shopping and baking and cooking and doing the cards and everything. So you deserve to pour yourself a beverage, a cup of coffee, make a pot of tea, whatever. Just sit down for the next half hour, okay? Take a deep breath, relax, and say, okay, I'm just going to take it easy, because what we're going to do in the next half hour here on At Home is going to show you some ideas for not Christmas cookies and not Christmas candy and not Christmas crafts, but we're going to show you some specialty things, something that maybe you've never done before that we call our Christmas specialties. And they would include like maybe a trifle. How about some buttermilk pies? Doesn't that sound good? And some cannolis, and a really special twist on a banana bread. We want to do that all for you during this time. You know, this is a great time of the year. There's a lot of work to it. There's a lot of decorating. There's shopping and everything. But as long as we keep really our emphasis on what this is all about, the birthday of the most important person in all the world, the Lord Jesus Christ, came into the world so that we could have a personal relationship with him. You know, he was born to die, and we celebrate his birth. He knew he was coming, but ultimately he knew that he would die on the cross for us. So this is something to celebrate, and you want to keep that focus with the kids. I know they get caught up in all the festivities and, oh, what am I getting and all that. Let's don't forget to put Jesus' name at the top of the guest list. It's really important to do that, okay? Here's today's at-home hint, and then we'll be back to get started with our Christmas specialties. Stay with us. Here's today's at-home hint. Store spices in a cool, dark place, not above your stove. Humidity, light, and heat will cause herbs and spices to lose their flavor. Keep lids screwed on tightly and keep spices fresh longer.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, do you have your shopping done?
Just about.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, she's good. Not me, I don't have mine done. But anyway, she's been baking and baking probably a lot too, because I know you do. All right, what are you making, Patty?
I am making banana bread, but with a twist with Oreos in it.
So these are just regular Oreo cookies that you broke up in little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Gonna be great.
And this is this looks like it's going to be a moist banana bread, huh? Because there's a lot of good bananas in there.
Very moist.
And you want to use really ripe bananas. If you're going to use a green banana, you're not going to have a good banana
tastes
bread.
green.
Yeah, they do. They don't have a good flavor at all. So you know what you do? You keep putting them back, and when they get like, oh my, I'm ready to throw them out, make the banana bread. It'll be great.
Correct.
What do you have in the bowl?
Right now I creamed 1.5 sticks of butter and a cup of sugar.
Okay. And so now you're going to add your bananas and stuff?
Yeah, then I'll add my bananas and eggs.
Okay.
And these are three large,
large
mashed bananas, and throwing bananas at you here.
Okay.
Just mix it up.
Okay, so while she's doing that, I'm going to get you started with our buttermilk pies. We have two. Now this says you can make one deep dish or two regular 9-inch pies. So you already do your pie shell. These are refrigerated ones because they're great. If you want to make your own favorite kind, you can do that too. But in this, I'm just going to, here we go with the mixers, the dueling mixers. I'm just going to mix these, beat up the eggs, and I'm going to add some soft butter to it, because this is the base for the pies. She goes with it like ferocious. We know about that. We know about that, huh? Mm-hmm. You get the rest of this in here. We need 1 stick of soft butter. You know, this time of the year, the house always smells so good because it's full of usually baking things that are baking in the oven. There's a couple of cups of sugar is going to go in here too. And a little bit of vanilla. There we go. Now, you want to mix this up well, because then we're going to add our dry ingredients. There we go. Trust that you have got your cards all in the mail because you don't have much longer to do that. And you know, you can, as you're baking, I hope that you've made all the cookies that we've been making and that you got those in the freezer, because that's something that you can get done early and not have to worry about at the last minute. Okay. Boy, that looks nice and smooth.
Well, that does look like it's going to be delicious.
Creamy. Now, here's where the buttermilk comes in. And you just make 1 cup. This will be your wet ingredients going into the batter. Just like that. Okay. And flour. We have some flour. It's going to make like a custard kind of a pie. And some nutmeg. Nice addition. Okay, let me get this out of the way.
I think anything made with buttermilk just sounds
Can't
really
be bad, huh?
like it's going to be great. Yeah.
Can't be bad. And you just want these to blend just for about a minute, that's all. Okay? Whoa, baby. Oh, so you're gonna make some muffins.
Make some muffins and make some little breads.
So that's versatile. You can make a big loaf or little loaves or
little
whatever.
ones.
That's nice. That's a nice idea.
You're having a lot of people over. This would be easy instead of cutting it up.
Absolutely. I think we're there. And what we're going to do here is get rid of our beaters, get rid of the mixer, and pull these pie shells up. And you know, you can even make these a little ahead of time. Some time ago, a viewer wrote me a note, and she said, you know, Arlene, I don't know if you know it or not, but if you're making like a fruit-filled pie crust, you can set these, make them, and let them sit out for 4 hours.
The pie crust.
Because
Wow.
it evaporates some of the moisture, and then when you bake them, they don't shrink. And that's good to know, because
That's a nice tip.
sometimes you do stuff and then you're like, oh my goodness, look how these are all shrinking. Doesn't do it. So here we go. There's one. Now, you're going to want to scrape all this out because we need all that. Okay. How many did you get out of that, Patty?
I just got 3 little ones and about 6 muffins.
So is that all you have from that then? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I filled them nice and full. So
Pretty
they,
full, yeah.
And you can even use these little foil ones as little gifts, little teacher gifts, which would be nice.
Well, you can wrap the whole thing. You can wrap the whole foil pan.
Right.
And you know, when I make a lot of these at home, I use those foil pans over and over and over because you really can. I mean, they don't destroy it once you use them, you know. Now, this goes in a 350-degree oven, these pies, and they bake for 45 minutes.
Well, that's not bad.
45 minutes, that's all. I love the smell of it. It looks a little curdly, but that's what the
Buttermilk.
buttermilk does that. So don't worry about it. That'll be okay.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be very good. I love
Yeah.
custard pies.
Yeah, I do too. So let's spread this around a little bit here.
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
put yours
put
in.
mine in
Yeah,
first?
you have time. Now, if you like real thick pie, like a custard, this is going to puff up. It will puff up some. I'll take just a little bit out of there and put some over in this corner here. You can put this in a deep dish pie shell too if you wanted to do that. That would work. But we want to spread this around. Here we go.
Oh, that does look good.
All righty. Go for it, Missy.
Okay.
Mama says get that last little bit because that's somebody's bite. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, cannolis. Oh, yeah, cannolis. That's all I'm going to say, cannolis. We'll be back in just a minute.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Well, the pies are in the oven, the bread's in the oven, and now the cannolis are about to get made.
Right.
And these are really easy, huh?
Very easy.
Because all you're going to take is your
Ricotta cheese, cream cheese, some powdered sugar, a little bit of
Chocolate
vanilla, yeah, some chocolate chips, little cinnamon.
and you're making your filling, and then you're going to fill. And we purchased the cannoli shells, so
That's probably the
easy.
hardest part of the
Yeah,
job is them.
absolutely.
So.
And you don't want to fill these until you're ready to serve them. So this is stuff you're going to make and you're going to have on hand that when it's time for dessert, you're going to go to the kitchen and you're going to pull that stuff and you're going to fill it then, because they don't hold up.
Yeah,
Okay.
they get soggy.
Yeah. Okay. While she's doing that, go ahead and get started. I'm going to make a gingerbread trifle. Now this is different. I've made a lot of trifles, but I've never made gingerbread. Okay. And it really is. If you like gingerbread, this will be something that you're really, really, really going to want to try. Okay. Now, first of all, you have to have a pudding. So in here I have a box of French vanilla instant pudding. And I'm just going to add my 2 cups of cold milk. You want to go with cold milk. Don't use warm milk because it's not going to set up if you do. All right? And I'm just going to whisk that around. And it's amazing. It's how fast this will start to thicken. You just have to spoon it, or I use a whisk because I don't want any little lumps in there. And that helps it to dissolve quickly and easily. So we're just going to do it like that. And once it's dissolved, just kind of keep an eye on it, but it has to set up on its own. So just leave it rest, all right? And while you're doing that, let me talk to you about our gingerbread. Now, this is 1 box of gingerbread mix that we made in an 8-inch square pan. And it becomes about that thick. And I just cut it in strips. And I cut it in kind of cubes, the shape that I wanted it to be. And this gives you about 7 to 8 cups. You need about 7 or 8 cups for this particular trifle. So we're going to do about half here. I'm going to drop half of these cubes into my 2-quart beautiful bowl. Thank you, Patty. I can hear again. Go ahead. Carry on if you have to.
I'm done. I think
You're done, okay. And then that's just going to make the first layer. I want to make sure that that first layer is nice and covered the bottom. And you want to make sure it covers the edge of the bowl because that's what we want to see. Okay? Looks good. Oh, the smells, just the gingerbread. When you bake that, everybody would say, forget the trifle, let's just eat the gingerbread. I know the feeling. And I just kind of put those in where they need to be evenly. Okay, 1 layer. You're going to do this in 2 layers, all right? Look how fast that's already thickened up. See what I'm talking about? It's like so wonderful because, boy, the old days you'd have to cook and cook and cook and stir. And then if you forgot it, that smell, it burned, oh boy. All I'm just going to do is just layer the pudding over these wonderful gingerbread squares. Half of it, just half. And you want to make sure that your pudding goes around the edge of the bowl because we want to be able to see it to know there's some wonderful, creamy, delicious goodie in there with the gingerbread. I love to do trifles, and they're so impressive. You bring a trifle out, and people are like, wow, is that thing beautiful? So easy. It's just cake cubes, or, I mean, you can buy the cakes, for goodness sakes. You can do it with an angel food cake. It's just so simple and easy to do. All right, so we have our layer around there. Now, what I like to do, because I don't want, see, whatever you have on the edge, that's what's going to show. Well, I don't want that edge, so I'm going to go in there with a clean, damp towel, and I'm going to take off that excess because I want that to look pretty the whole way around when I get the layers built. Okay, now, so we have our first 2 layers on. Now, this is English toffee bits. And we're going to drop those over top, just like this. We've crushed them up, smashed them all up, pulverized them, as it were, but you want to make a nice layer.
that does Really, really good.
Smells incredible.
Do you want me to start filling these cannolis?
Sure, go ahead. All right. So that's 3 layers: the gingerbread, the pudding, and the English
look at
toffee.
this.
Nice. Okay, tell them what you're doing it with. We have a pastry bag, which is the easiest way in the world, and not even a tip in it.
Spoon. Yeah, I didn't use the tip because it would clog. It wouldn't fit all
because
the
chocolate is too thick. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going back with my next layer. This will be the final layer, so we're going to put all the gingerbread in there. Make sure we evenly distribute it. Get it to all the corners. There we go. Looks good. And again, we're going to pour the rest of our pudding. Again, you want to put it around the edge. Make sure the edge is covered. You can spread it around after you get that edge on there.
These are so cute.
Oh, and who doesn't like a cannoli?
That's our family's favorite
my
dessert.
Goodness.
And you know, my dad makes the best, so.
Oh, does he?
He makes them for all the holidays and all the family things. We love them.
Well, I will have to be convinced of that.
I'll have to have them make you some. They are the best.
That was my motive there. Okay? And so we're just going to spread our pudding around, just like that. Now that filling that Patty has that she's doing with the cannolis, that's going to last in your fridge when you make it. So don't think, oh, that's going to go bad. Don't make it like 3 weeks before Christmas. But what you do want to do is make it close to Christmas so that you'll have it to use, because as some people come, and then maybe some more people will come. If it's like our house, like Grand Central Station, people are dropping in. It's nice to have something like that that you can give them, okay? Then we're done with that. Got all the pudding on, okay? Now we're gonna, you have to have Cool Whip, right? We have Cool Whip. We're just gonna spoon this on top of our trifle. This is a perfect sized dish for this. If you had a real big dish, it wouldn't look real nice. If you had it in a small dish, it would be over top the edge. You don't want that. But again, you want to make sure that that goes to the edge so everybody can see.
Oh, that looks incredible.
How
Look
much-
how pretty.
And you dip them in the jimmies, chocolate
I did
or
some
the
in
red and green.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the imperative thing about that is you have to keep it refrigerated. Once they're made, they got to go in the refrigerator, and you bring them out just as you're ready to serve them, because they do taste better when they're cold,
Yes,
especially when that ricotta gets really cold. Are you done with it? Is
I'm
there
done.
is there
There's
no
more. There's some
Oh,
more.
open up the next box. Let's fill some more. Okay.
You got it.
These are simple, easy to do, and these have the wow factor, because, you know, a trifle, as I said, when you bring that out, everybody thinks you've worked. And look, it's just assembling. You bake off the gingerbread and you assemble it, and that's what it's all about. That's all it's all about. And I think that anybody who sees this, or like, if they like gingerbread, they're going to love this.
That does look
They are.
impressive.
You want this to chill at least 3 hours, so you make this early in the day. We're just going to put a ton of this English toffee on top. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Smells so good in here with stuffed bacon. We also want to tell you that on the banana bread with the Oreo cookies, we're going to put a nice glaze on that. So you want to stick around for that. We're going to show you everything we've made when we come back. Here's how you can get the recipes. In fact, all the recipes for the whole month of holidays. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Just go to ctvn.org/athome to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/athome to get today's recipes now.
Well, here we are. This is our Christmas specialty buffet. I mean, you could have a whole evening of entertainment, and you could serve this and everybody would be thrilled. Or you can use it after your holiday dinner or whatever. I'm telling you, there's such a nice variety, and there's something for everybody. This is our buttermilk pie. If you have your Christmas dishes, get your Christmas dishes out. Now I'm going to try to serve this because this just came out of the oven. So we want to see. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. You can make it thick or thin. If you like it thicker, you can put it in a deep dish pie shell. Oh my goodness, you should smell that. That's awesome. That is incredible. Next to that is our cookies and cream. This is our banana bread with, remember I told you Oreo cookies? That's them. And we also made them into little muffin sizes or in smaller sized little breads. But look at this. Look at the inside. Oh my, that's what you call an Oreo bread. Incredible, moist, delicious. You're going to want to serve this to your friends and family. Next to that, we have our gingerbread trifle. I'm telling you, like I said, you want this to be sure that it chills for a long time, like a good 3 hours. And when you serve it, you want to dip down so you get all the layers. And bring it up. And there it is. That's the trifle. And then, of course, our Christmas cannolis. I don't know what else a person could want except a whole lot of good friends around to enjoy it. And when you come, we always enjoy it, and we're so thankful. So keep planning, and be sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you here at home. We'll see you then.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.